What's up guys, today I've got my hands on the HERK Orion Pro mini PC. So powered by the AMD Ryzen 9 NPU, this mini PC claims to run over 90 watt TDP straight out of the box. So simply can't wait to show you how this one performs. Roll the intro. Alright, so first of all, inside the box you will find user manual. We've got a metal VESA mount with some screws so you can mount the mini PC on the back of your monitor, HDMI cable, a power supply, and I'll give you a close-up of the voltage information. So that is more or less a 120 watt power supply. And last but certainly not least, the mini PC itself. Now let's quickly run through the specs. So this mini PC is powered by the AMD Ryzen 9 7940HS, which features 8 cores and up to 16 threads, reaching clock speeds of up to 5.2 GHz. And for graphics, we have the integrated AMD Radeon 780M. Now for RAM and storage, we have 32 gigs of dual channel 5600 MHz LPDDR5 RAM, and that is upgradable up to 64 gigs max. Now for storage, we have a 1TB SSD. It's a 2280 M.2 NVMe PCIe Gen 4, and that can also be swapped out for a 4TB drive. There is also a spare 2242 M.2 SSD slot, so you can stick in another drive up to 4 TB. This mini PC also supports Wi-Fi 6E, Bluetooth 5.2. You've got a 2.5 gigabit Ethernet port. We've got plenty of connectivity, including 2 full-featured USB 4 ports. This mini PC also features quad 4K display out, and you have a built-in cooling fan. Design wise, this mini PC is made from a complete metal body. Now on the top you have a brushed finish, and just underneath you have a mesh finish with the HERK logo. And on the front we've got a headphone / microphone combo jack, USB 4 port, we've got 2 USB 3 ports and a USB 2 port and a physical power button. So plenty of connectivity just at the front there. If we keep going, we just got some ventilation. On the back, we've got power socket, another USB 4 port. We've got an HDMI 2.0, a DisplayPort 1.4, 2 more USB 3 ports, and we have 2 2.5 gigabit Ethernet ports. Exhaust vent on top to dissipate heat. If we keep going, Kensington lock, and that brings us back to the front. And here is a quick look at the bottom of the mini PC. So let's check out the upgrade options in this mini PC. 4 screws to remove. There's a little flap here which we can just use to lift off the back panel, and there are no wires attached. It's just a metal back plate which comes off quite easily. We need to remove this fan cover. 4 more screws. Let's go. Be careful when you lift off the fan cover, as there is going to be at least a fan cable attached to the motherboard. And if we lift it off towards the right, I won't need to disconnect that fan cable. So you don't want to tug on it. You can see those wires are extremely thin. So we've got Crucial branded RAM. There are 2 sticks of 16 gigs. They are both dual channel 5600 MHz RAM. And we've got 2 sticks of 16, giving us 32 gigs altogether. Now you can have a maximum of 64 gigs. That's 32 gigs per slot. Over here you can see our SSD storage with Windows pre-installed. It's a 1TB storage and it is Kingston branded. Over here you have a free slot so you can stick in another M.2 SSD up to 4 TB. You could also swap this one out for another 4 TB if you wanted, but if you do swap this main drive out, you would have to reinstall Windows. So these are basically your easy upgrade options. Now let me quickly put this back together. So here we are at the desktop. This is Windows 11 Professional, the full version of Windows, complete with App Store and all your default Windows applications. A nice fresh install to play with. Now let's check out this system properties, and over here it does confirm some of the specs. AMD Ryzen 9 7940HS with Radeon 780M graphics, clocked at 4 GHz base, installed RAM 32 gigs, 64-bit operating system, and it's Windows 11 Professional. And if we check out the activation info, you can see it's already activated and ready to use. Now system storage info, we have 1 TB of internal storage, from which 952 gigs are actually usable. I've not installed anything yet, this is what you begin with. And the second drive you are seeing is my 128GB flash drive, which contains all my 4K samples. And that is exactly what we're going to be testing next. So let's play some 4K video samples from a USB drive, starting off with the high bitrate 4K Jellyfish demo. The first clip is 160 megabits per second, and you can see it's playing absolutely fine. Next, I tried the 180 megabits per second video, and that also played very well, and even the 400 megabits per second high bitrate Jellyfish demo played good, so no problems at all playing high bitrate 4K videos straight from the USB. So next I tested a whole bunch of 4K samples with different file and HDR formats, and they all worked great straight out of the box using the default media player, so I didn't have to download any codecs to make it work. Alright, so moving on now to some YouTube streaming, starting off with the usual Costa Rica clip, and YouTube does support 4K 60 with HDR. Alright, moving on to gaming, starting off with GTA 5. Now I've got the resolution set to 1080p and the graphics preset is maxed out to maximum RT, and you can see we're achieving around 44 frames per second. And if your aim is to play this game at 60 frames per second, then you do need to drop the graphics down to high, and then you'll achieve your 60 frames per second at 1080p. Alright, next game we're playing is WWE 2K25, resolution set to 1080p, and I've got the graphics preset set to ultra and high, with all enhancements on, such as motion blur, depth of field, and high audience density. So basically maxed out everything, and you can see we're still achieving a comfortable 60 frames per second. So WWE 2K25 playing really well on this mini PC. Alright, the next game we're playing is Call of Duty Cold War, resolution set to 1080p, and I have the graphics preset set to high. And you can see we're achieving a very comfortable 80 frames per second. So really nice gaming performance from this mini PC. Alright, now we're playing Assassin's Creed Mirage, resolution 1080p, and I've got the graphics preset set to ultra high. And again, you can see really nice gaming performance, achieving just over 50 frames per second. The game looks and plays beautifully. So that brings us to our benchmarks, beginning with Geekbench single core score of 2624 and multi-core score of 13150. And in 3D Mark Time Spy, overall score 3508. 3D Mark Firestrike overall score 8345, and in the Antutu benchmark test overall score 1.09 million. Now let's see how this compares to the other mini PCs of this year. So here is my top performing mini PC chart of 2025, showing you the latest mini PCs and seeing how they compare with each other. Now all mini PCs you're seeing here are ranked by Geekbench multi-core scores, so higher the score, faster the PC, and therefore higher it ranks on the chart. For those people who are not bothered about benchmarks, I have also given each mini PC a rating out of 100 based on the overall features, specs and performance. So you can see exactly which mini PC is the most powerful and which one is the best in terms of overall rating. So based on that, the HERK ORION1 PRO takes position 5 on this chart with a Geekbench multi-core score of 13150. And I've also given this mini PC a rating of 94 out of 100. Now you can view the full versions of all my charts online at chigztech.com and read them at your leisure and completely free of charge. So there you have it guys, that was the HERK ORION1 PRO. Now this mini PC packs strong features into a compact premium metal chassis. It delivers good gaming performance including a powerful NPU and remains easy to upgrade thanks to accessible RAM and SSD slots. Connectivity is a major highlight, offering plenty of ports, dual USB 4 Type-C, solid Wi-Fi, dual 2.5 gigabit Ethernet ports, you've got quad display output and even 8K support, making it versatile for both productivity and entertainment setups. Now the main downside is the unreliable USB 4 ports, which can fail if you try to use them both at the same time. Now this could be an isolated issue with the unit that I have, but nevertheless I wanted to put that out there. Aside from this issue, the ORION1 PRO offers an impressive mix of performance, features and expandability for its size. Any questions? Feel free to ask away in the comments. And if you want to see more of my latest and greatest unbiased tech reviews and videos, hit the like button, sub to the channel, and hit the bell icon. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.